That's going to be our song, right?
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And helping God makes me wanna sing.
I
can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. It makes me feel so good. I can do most anything.
I am loving every little thing. I can see the face of God in paupers and kings. We're all precious, nothing more or less. We've all got the same treasure in store. I am loving every little thing.
And everybody sings. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing.
Can't help
But God makes me wanna sing.
It makes me
feel so good I can do most anything. Look out, do one. You know I am rising to a higher place. I got the wind at my back, smile upon my face. I am living my dream a little more each day. It keeps getting easier and easier to say I'm rising to a higher place. Come on, sing along. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing. I can't help it.
God makes me wanna sing.
Makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. I think if it makes you want to sing, you should sing. I can't help it. God makes me wanna sing.
I can't help
But God makes me wanna sing.
like a mosquito.
Makes me feel so good. I can do most anything. Okay. Makes me feel so good. I can do most anything.
Yay! Please take that energy and look at your neighbor and greet them with love.
Oh, I'm singing that. Did we do it, Lord?
Good morning. I'm Mark Ruth. I'm a religious science practitioner, and I'd like to welcome you to the Redondo Beach Center for Spiritual Living. This is not only my spiritual home, this is our spiritual community, and I saw a lot of love and hugging going on, and that makes it a warm spiritual community. We had a wonderful event last night at a Divine Dining, and Yes, thank you for those who attended. We're recouping. There was also a lot of socialization, but I'm sure the wine and hors d'oeuvres didn't hurt. So thank you for that. All those monies go to the church, so it was a win-win for everybody. Now, I want to thank all of you for being here. I know we got some beautiful weather out there, World Cup, all this other stuff. I don't know how to say Viva la Croatia. I don't know how to do that. Viva la France. Okay. Is there anyone here for the very first time? Because if you are, I'd like you to raise your hand because the ushers have a nice little package and gift. Oh, we got a winner right there. Thank you, sir. He's right there. Thank you for coming. So, we're going to have a wonderful time today, and we're going to kick it off with a very wonderful musical inspiration by Sherry Williams Fletcher.
Thank you. Good morning. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Yeah. I was kind of too fast, too slow. It's called morning. Morning to the sun that shines, morning to the birds that fly, morning to our God inside. Did I tell you that everything here is just fine in my mind? Morning, Mr. Music Man, play it right the best you can. Did I say God loves you, and need I tell you that everything here is just fine in my mind? Excuse me if I sing, my heart has found its wings, been searching high and low, and now at last I know my heart will soar with a love that's rare and real. My shining face will feel every star. Then higher still, beyond the blue, until I know I can, like any man, reach out my hand and touch the face of gold. Excuse me if I sing, my heart has found its wings, been searching high and low, and now at last I know my heart will soar with love that's fair and real. My shining face will feel every star. Then higher still, beyond the blue, until I know I can, like any man, reach out my hand and touch the face of gold. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Sherry. As usual, you are awesome. We really appreciate you. Thank you. Well, today, Dr. Moira's topic is breakthrough healing. Wow, what a topic. We're going to break through today. Just think about breaking through, breaking out the doors. What is it that you want to break through? That's what we all need to be thinking about right now, because it's going to happen today. We're going to break through, and there's going to be a healing. It's going to be in the area of relationships. It can be in the area of health, the area of prosperity. It's each one of us having that choice of what is it that we'd like to break through today, because it's going to take place. On Science of Mind, on page 289, it talks about a gardener. It says, if a gardener holds a seed in his hand and says, tomorrow I'm going to plant this seed, and then the next day, the farmer looks at his hand and says, tomorrow I'm going to plant this seed, the seed will never grow. So let's think about the seed of our thought. Today, it's going to grow because we're breaking through every barrier we've ever had, and the healing is going to occur. On page 290 in Science of Mind, it quotes Jesus. When ye pray, believe that ye have, and ye shall receive. And Jesus is quoted because that's exactly what Science of Mind is about. What you believe, what you put your effort into, what you put your energy into, it is going to take place. It has to. There's no other option. James Allen had his little book called As a Man Thinketh, and it's true. But I'd like to go back even further. How about Socrates, 400 BC? This is what he said. What you think, you become. So, wow, I think we're all needing to watch our thoughts every moment, making sure that those thoughts match exactly what we want in our life, because that is what we're going to get. So with that in mind, I'd like each and every one of us to be thinking, what is it that we'd like to really break through today? That we're tired of saying tomorrow we want it. We're tired of the same old. And we're ready today to step up and say, yes, I claim it for myself, and I'm going to live like it is. I'm going to act like it is. I'm going to talk like it is. And I know it is. So think of that one thing, or you can do more if you'd like. And I'd like you to repeat after me. I am ready for my breakthrough. I claim what I want for my life right now. I live like it's so, and it is so. And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This holy, this holy, this holy day. This holy, this holy, this holy day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. And thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. Thank you for my wealth, Spirit. Thank you for my wealth. abundant, abundant, abundant wealth, abundant, abundant, abundant wealth. Now thank you for my life, Spirit.
Thank you for my life. My what? Thank you.
For my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful life. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful life. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This holy, this holy, this holy day. This holy, this holy, this holy day. Thank you for my day. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day. Awesome. Very good. And now, I don't know, here we go. Here come our announcements right now. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you, Reverend Mary. Hi, I'm Katie, filling in for the teenagers today who usually do announcements. And so I'd like to start off by saying a big thank you to everybody here, everybody online as well, who contributes to our teen group. Without you, we would not be able to send 10 teenagers to camp this weekend. How incredible is that? Lives are changed. I'm Claire's mom and Lucy's mom. I'm sitting next to Susan right there. So on behalf of all the parents of teens, we really thank you. Another thank you, Mark Bland, who stepped in and is running video camera for me so I can read announcements. Thank you, Mark. I'd like to say, if any of you would like to share this service every Sunday, we do stream it live. You just go to rbcsl.org and you can pull down from the top menu, and any of your family and friends can share this with you and talk about it during the week. Just see myself or Mark or Paul or Brandon in the back, and we can help you guys figure out how to do that, okay? I'd like to start off announcements by saying Shared Bread is a neighborhood program which provides a wonderful full-course sit-down dinner for approximately 125 to 150 people every Wednesday night. The Redondo Beach Center for Spiritual Living provides the dinner entree the second Wednesday of each month. Today is your opportunity to join us as we support the homeless in Redondo Beach. Marianne Amato, please raise your hand. We'll be in the foyer afterward to collect donations. This is a really good opportunity, and thank you, Marianne. Visioning with Dr. Moira is on Mondays at 6 o'clock. Men's Spirit Group is Monday, July 16th at 7 p.m. in the teen room, because we're all teens at heart. Wednesday evening services have started, and this is something I'm really excited about. July 18th, our own Reverend Louisa Gravel is the speaker, and Reverend Martha Topol is offering the meditation. Join us at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesdays for this inspirational service and this midweek pick-me-up. The Labyrinth Walk is Thursday, July 19th at 5 p.m. in Richelieu Hall. If you've never done that, definitely this week, check that out. And we always have practitioners on duty. Look for them in the rear of the sanctuary rather than in the foyer. We offer prayer circle after both services. If you would like to join the circle for a special intention for yourself or your friends or family this week, please come to the grand piano after service. We have 2 flower dedications today. The flowers on the sides are in loving memory of Jay Cox. The Cox family was part of this church many years ago, and Jay's life was celebrated here yesterday. The flowers are gifted by Dina, his wife of 66 years, and his children, Donna, Larry, and Nancy. The flowers in the middle are from our own Reverend Catherine and Reverend Kathy. These flowers are dedicated in honor of all the members and friends of our center who contributed to their ordination and reception. To those who brought food, arranged flowers, who carried trays, and who washed and swept, we are so grateful for your dedicated service, which created a warm and loving experience for everyone. Thank you so much. Please remain seated for the meditation song.
thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Be careful what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes our prayer. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes our prayer.
And so I choose consciously now to be aware, to be awake, to be alert, to be focused, to be present. I choose to be present to the presence that lives and moves and has its being within me and is everywhere present. I choose to recognize that now, become identified with that now, and lean into that presence now with only one thing in mind. I am in the presence, and the presence is in me. And where the presence is, there is wholeness, there is health, there is fullness, there is love, there is creativity. I'm in the presence, and the presence is in me, and I am allowing myself to identify with its wholeness by means of me, with its fullness by means of me, with its love by means of me, and with its creativity by means of me. I'm allowing myself to be a whole being in the wholeness of life that contains me. I'm allowing myself to think I am whole, to feel I am whole, to know I am whole in the wholeness that holds me. I'm allowing myself to think and feel and know I am the fullness of life now. I am allowing myself to think, to feel, and to know I am love, the fullness of love, the love that I live in and that holds me now. I am allowing myself to think, to feel, and to know that amazing creativity is moving through me now, that creates all that is good and whole and wholesome, because it is spirit that is its creating agent in and through and by means of me. So I say yes to my wholeness, to my fullness, to the love that I am, and to the creative expression that expresses through me now. For that is the truth that sets me free, and I'm flowing in it, and it's flowing through me, and I am allowing myself the full impact of the allness and the wholeness and the true essence of my being, wherein all is good and all is very good. And what I am knowing and feeling and allowing for myself, I am knowing, feeling, and allowing for all of life. Wholeness, fullness, love, and creative expression. This is the truth I'm knowing and feeling and allowing and saying yes to now, and it's that which I send forth to be responded to always by that affirmative action of life, love's own law. As I say, and so it is.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes our prayer.
So, welcome into the sanctuary, my dear ones. How neat it is to be with you on this wonderful Sunday, knowing that all is well, no matter what. And you and I may have come through the doors today feeling otherwise, but right here and right now, I can know something different. And I invite you to know something different too about your great and wonderful and good life, and how awesome it is, and how miraculous it is, and how amazing it is, and how great and good you are. That's the truth. And in fact, that's all I have to say, really. I mean, that's all there is to be said, really. However, I've got to put in my time. And so we continue in this wonderful month of July, and we're focused on the healing consciousness and how indeed to access that and to use it to good, our own good and the good of all. And remember, there's no my own good. It's my own good and the good of all, and those two must always be married together. I never show up just for myself. I never show up just for my own anything. I show up for the good for everything and everyone whenever I show up in that state of open receptivity and mindfulness. And so again, I'll remind us all, the one thing that you and I only have to remember is that, again, as Ernest Holmes states over and over again, and it's not just Ernest Holmes, it's anybody who has awakened up to any great degree that understands the process of healing. And healing is the revealing of the wholeness already within. Say it with me. Healing is the revealing of the wholeness already within. Again, healing is the revealing of the wholeness, and like you know it now, healing is the revealing of the wholeness that is already within. Now that's what we're open to looking at today and this week. And we're asking ourselves, how are we going to make ourselves available for those breakthroughs of healness to occur, so that you and I can open ourselves up sufficiently to allow the wholeness that is us, that is within us, to express itself in and through and by means of you and me. It's all about simple awareness. It's all about allowing the ego to rest enough, that poor unfortunate ego that gets flogged all the time, that's never given an opportunity to come to rest, come to peace, to go to its quiet and safe corner, and just to relax. And when we do that, then we're open to the full-blown, full spirit of the essence of truth in our being, to be that which encompasses all that we are focused on, all that we are focused on. Now, every single thought, you know, when you've heard over and over again, every single thought is a creative act. Every single thought creates. Every single thought produces. Every single thought, especially when it's a thought that's rethought and rethought and rethought, is going to create an experience, and you know it and I know it, and we have to understand how to work the process. Now, All we're here to do is to understand how to assist in the healing process of ourselves and others, how to open ourselves up sufficiently to allow the wholeness to come through. Because the wholeness will envelop everything, and nothing unlike it can be where it is. So any impediment, any ailment or whatever must dissipate itself in that awareness of wholeness and completeness and unity and oneness. And that's what you and I are endeavoring to achieve much more and more and more of with each new day that we're given as a gift to be in. And so when we think about wholeness, the main key to it is this thing called faith. And faith is an energy, faith is a power, faith is a force. And it's a force and a power that frees us and releases us from everything we think we know, from everything we think we see, from everything we think we feel. It releases us from that, this thing called faith. And that faith, in order to reveal the wholeness that is within you and with me, has to be absolute faith. It has to be a joy-filled faith. It has to be an anticipatory faith. It has to be a faith that absolutely knows how to step away from whatever it is that seems to ail us and to be open to the wholeness idea, to be open to the idea that that wholeness is absolute truth, and it is where I am. Now, that's not so easy when one wheel is on my wagon and I'm barely dragging myself along. And yet, that's the very time when it is most effective, when I can do that, when I can bring myself there, when I can do that, when I can say, yes, I know I'm feeling the hurt, I'm feeling the pain, I'm feeling the whatever, and so on, and it's a very real thing, and feelings are a very real thing, but there's never, ever any feeling ever that has ever lasted forever. Every single feeling has left us, no matter what. No matter how we've clung to it and tried to cling to it, it's a good one. No matter how we tried to give it up and couldn't, sooner or later it's going to leave us. A feeling is a transitory thing because it's not substantive, there's no substance to it, and it cannot last, it cannot hold. Truth is the only thing that holds. Truth is the only thing that's fixed. Truth is the only thing that is firmed. Know ye the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Now, healing is this thing that you and I come to like it's a great mystery, like it's a great secret. Eventually we come to it and we know what it is. And all it is your availability and my availability showing up to know something other than illness or ailment of any kind. When we're sick and tired of ailing for long enough, we can get to the point where we're going to know something else. You and I can heal ourselves all the time by simply changing our minds. Would you believe that? You and I can heal ourselves all the time by simply changing our minds and allowing our minds to focus on a greater thought, a greater truth, or the truth. Jesus, one of the greatest of all healers, who wasn't a healer at all, but allowed that amazing energy within himself that recognized the healer. There's one healer, and that is life itself. That is the power, the infinite beingness of life itself. That is the truth that sets us free. He allowed his awareness of that truth to flow through him. People said of him, did the power not go out from him? Did the power not go out from him? Did you not feel the power in his presence? You see. And that power recognizes the power in you to be in the wholeness and heal yourself. Jesus said, if you want to heal yourself, you must experience the baptism that I have experienced. You must be baptized as I have been baptized. And what does that mean? It means in the truth that sets free. That's all it means. The baptism is the baptism of truth, the embracing of truth that sets free. Then when you're healed, he said, go and do that for everybody else too. Because what I have done, you can do it too. And so we're listening to it and we're listening to it, but we can't hear those words. We're too bogged down in our material world and in the world of body and form. We're too bogged down by body and form. That's what weighs us down. That's what gets in the way. We can only see what we're looking into the mirror and seeing. I have a body, it has a spot in its face, or it has a limp in its hip, or it has whatever it is. I'm seeing that, I'm feeling that, and I'm owning that. Now, I can see that and I can feel that, and it's very real, but I don't have to own it. I don't have to own it. This is not easy. If it was easy, we'd be all just, walking on water and just flying through the air and doing all of that, and we never have a sniffle or a snort and so on and so forth. But we're on planet three-dimensional Earth, and we are very material in our focus. We're very into form in our focus. Form appeals to us or not appeals to us, as the case may be. That's nice, this is not, whatever. I like that, I don't like that. And so forth. We look at each other, we say, well, he's handsome, she's pretty, they're not, or whatever. So we can stay bogged down in form, or we can, for goodness sake, choose to change it up a bit now. We can choose to go beyond all of that. We can go beyond the form, but to do that, I have to leave the world of form for a while, and I have to enter into that which is vastless, unlimited, unbounded, and I have to be able to recognize myself in the state as belonging in the state, as being part of the state, as being whole in the state, perfect in the state, full in the state, complete in the state, and all the rest of that stuff of good that we so desire to experience in our lives and living. And as Troy says, to the point that you have the ability to take yourself out of the world of form and enter into the world that is formless and know yourself as the formlessness within the world that is formless, to that extent will you be able to know the truth that sets you free. That's the only way to do it. And for that to happen, I have to take time out. There's no way that can happen without me taking time out from what? From this, from all of this, from the exterior world, the world of form, and enter into the interior world, the world of every good thing. And here's the thing about being formless. In formless, we appreciate the beauty and the grandeur of creation in a way that we never could possibly experience it here, not even at those times when we have those breathtaking views of whatever. And we are our true selves within that state, and we lose nothing. We're just simply more of our true self within that state of awareness. And don't think for a minute you haven't been there. You have. When we are asleep, and in our dream time, whether we remember it or not, we're out of this dimension. We're not in a three-dimensional experience at all. We're in a totally different dimensional experience. And as I was sharing this morning, there was a time when I thought if we could fly, the way we would be flying would be, hands out like an airplane flying like that. Well, no, because I can remember in my dream time, when I first had the experience of flying, I was flying upright. I was just upright. I was standing upright. I was just moving through air, that's all. I wasn't like an airplane flying and flapping my wings or anything like a bird. I was just upright, moving through space. And the grandeur and the beauty and all the rest of it could be seen very readily and very easily. Now you wake up and you say, oh yeah, that's a dream. It's another dimensional experience, as true and as real as any I could have on this plane, and it's the same for you. Now, not all dreams are really great ones. There are some you want to really wake up from, and you'd rather not have been in that experience, that's for sure. But, however, that's just a tiny little snippet. Can you imagine, though, what it's like when you consciously make yourself available to go into that inner state of complete and total availability to all of life as it truly is, as it is in truth? When you sit down on your meditation chair, when you walk in meditation, whatever way you do your meditation, and when I say meditation, I'm simply meaning taking yourself out of this expressive plane in the three-dimensional way, and allowing yourself the freedom to enter into so much more than that. That's what I'm talking about. When you deliberately and consciously do that, make up your mind to do that, when you start with the breath and you identify with the breath and you go with the breath is going to take you into all kinds of dimensions, that's for sure. If you stick with the program, and in the beginning it's very tedious and very ordinary, you know, I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out, I'm breathing, it's love and light and this and that and the other. But if you stick with the program, it's going to work for you, I guarantee it, because all it is about is being single-minded with one singular focus. It's like hypnosis. People think you go out, you go under, you don't. All that happens in hypnosis is that you're so singularly focused, you're not aware of anything around you and about you. You're not. You're just focused on the one suggestion that you want to be focused on, and you're there and you're in it. And so there's all kinds of experiences that you and I can have other than worldly experiences if we so desire and if we're open to it, but on the good side of life, and knowing my desire and my intention is to be more in touch with my godliness, the divine aspect of my being, the true essence of my being. And to the extent we are told that we can stop identifying with our humanity, to that extent can we enter into our divinity, which is what happened to all of the enlightened ones. They stopped identifying with their humanity and they started to identify with their divinity, until humanity and divinity were rolled up into one unified state of being. And it was so much more, so much more, so much more than ever could ever be described by anyone who has experienced that, because there are no words, three-dimensional words, that can describe life experience in other dimensions that are higher. There just aren't. But then it's up to you to find that out for yourself, and no one else can do it. No one else can do it. Healing is based in rooted and riveted in the faith that sets us free, the faith that knows I am so not this ailment, I am so not this situation, I am so not this circumstance, I am so not this condition, and I'm finished with it, I'm done with it. I will no longer cling to it. I will not own it. I will not say that's what I am. I will not say it. I will not say it. I will not say it. I may have one wheel on my wagon, but I'm seeing the other three firmly affixed and a spare to boot. That's what I'm really, really seeing. I'm really seeing that. I'm seeing a full thing when I think about myself, so that I can allow myself to feel the fullness of seeing the vision that I'm visioning. And my vision will become a reality if I am single-minded and stick to it. There is no power greater than the power within, for that which is in me is greater than that which is in the world of form. Do I get that? Do I understand that? That's the question for all of us today and this week to come, as we contemplate our situations, circumstances, and conditions. Am I going to forever own my conditions, circumstances, and situations? Or am I going to say, no, these are simple experiences and I don't have to continue experiencing them. I can extrapolate myself from them. I can stand back from them. I can become the viewer of them. I can become the observer of them, and I can make another decision about them when I do. And to do that, I need to be on the inner side of life, because the healing force and power and energy of life, which has been called many, many things, it's been called the healing presence, it's been called Mother Nature, it's been calling all kinds of things. Ernest Holmes calls it the power for good in the universe greater than you are, that you get to use, and I do too, that uses us. Then why is it that when something happens, we go, it's awful, it's terrible, it's dreadful, how could this happen? I don't believe it. Oh my God, now look what. Now I have to cope with this, and oh my God, I need prayer, I need help. Oh God, somebody help me. Instead of insourcing it, we outsource it immediately. The first thing we have to do is insource it. We are supposed to overcome, not succumb. We're supposed to overcome, not succumb, to circumstances, situations, and conditions, because we can. And let me tell you, there's no one in this room that doesn't have an ailment of some kind or another. Some are more easily seen than others are. As Ernest Holmes said, the guy that said, how come you're wearing glasses when you know all this stuff? And he says, sir, I wear my mistake on my nose where you wear yours. I mean, really, we all have ailments of some kind or another, and we needn't be fussed about it. That's just how it is on three-dimensional experiences in planet Earth. But we can overcome. We can certainly overcome if we go to that within us, which is greater than we are. Now, that healing, powerful energy that is an infinite intelligent force that absolutely has the blueprint, the divine design of the wholeness and the fullness of this being, your being, and all being. If we go to that, if we go knowingly, if we go realizing that indeed which is within me is greater than that which is in the world, that the truth within me is greater than any circumstance that might arrive at my doorstep, is all that means. Now, what am I going to identify? Will I identify with the circumstances, or will I identify with the truth? Will I be frightened and scared and afraid of the circumstances, or will I go in peace and quiet to the truth that sets me free and say, listen here, listen up, listen up. This has crossed my path. It's not in my, it's not in my pay bracket to be able to handle this one. So over to you, divine self, because you are the CEO. It's your problem. Handle it. Be like the little boy who had a very bad eye infection, and he had a very important scout thing to attend to. He was getting a badge or something. Very, very bad eye infection. So his prayer is, listen, God, my eyes are your eyes. They need fixing. Fix them, and fix them in a hurry, and do it now. Hurry up and thank you. And his prayer was answered. He was able to make whatever it was, because that's how it is with children. There's nothing in the way of it. They're told, oh, well, take it to God, and they do it, and that's that. They expect it, and it's so. And that's the way it is, you see. So we have to be that same faith-filled person like that little boy, These eyes are your eyes. You gave them to me. Now they need fixing. Fix them, I'm telling you to hurry up and thank you, you see. And so open and available to that. And as I was saying this morning, it's very short space of time to be able to say anything that is really going to root itself. But here's one thing I will tell you, that it worked for me when it came to me in meditation, very in a fun way. There are things we can see, there are things we cannot see. We cannot see, per se, electricity. We can see its results, but we can't see it. We cannot see radio waves, can we? We cannot see thought waves, actually, and we cannot see microwaves. Now, here's the way it is. If you could understand this and apply it, you will be able to use the healing power forever and get great success. When I go to my microwave oven, and the very first time I ever did this, donkeys years ago, I was amazed. I said, how can that cook anything? It's cold. It's not even hot. It doesn't get hot. It's nothing. How can it do it? I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, when I go to the microwave oven, I put my food in, I press the button, and away I go, and I'm good. I don't think about it anymore. And then when I hear the bell or whatever it is that goes off, I say, okay, it's done, it's ready, and go over and get my food, come out and eat, and that's it, right? The next time you're in prayer treatment for yourself or anybody else, the next time you go to a practitioner for a prayer treatment, I want you to think about the microwave and respond the very same way. You go to the microwave, you put your food in, you press a button, you come back when the ding goes, and you take it out and it's done. You didn't go to the microwave, you didn't bow down, you didn't bring it flowers, you didn't bring it fruit, you didn't do anything, you didn't pray before, you didn't say, oh, please microwave, please, 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 I've been a good girl today, please cook my food well, please cook it properly so that when I eat it, I'm not poisoned and I don't die. So please do a good job for me as you do. And I promise you I'll keep you clean, neat, shiny, and I promise you I won't take you for granted. I really won't. And I'll always remember to take care of you. I will. I'll keep you polished and clean and all. And then I don't hover there and watch it and wait to see if it's going to do what it's supposed to do. I don't do that. I just go and I do it. I expect it. It's so, and so it is. The next time you pray in that way for yourself or another, the next time you go to a practitioner, get excited and just feel like you did when you went to the microwave and walked away. When you walked away, you felt fine. You didn't feel troubled in any way. You knew it was going to take care of what it needed to be taken care of. You go back and there the thing was done. Wouldn't it be great if we could go to a practitioner? Wouldn't it be great if we could pray for ourselves like that? Walk away the way we walk away from the microwave knowing I've taken care of its handle, it's done. Wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? So every time now you pray for yourself or another, think of that darn microwave, that wonderful microwave. Remember, you cannot see the energy that cooks your food. You cannot see the energy that's burning bright within you that will do whatever you want it to do for you when you walk away and know it is so and it will be so and so it is, because you're more than a microwave, and so it is. Don't you love how spirit reveals itself to us? In meditation last night, it was a microwave. Oh my God, it was wonderful. I was giggling, I can't tell you how. I thought, oh my gosh, and I got it much more deeply than ever I got it before, I have to tell you, about what to do and feel and how to be after I treated or after I've been given a treatment. Walk away feeling good. I'm going back to get a blessing, a cooked meal that's wonderful. Honest to God, it's so simple, it's not funny. I'm telling you, honestly, aren't we just a riot? We're all such a cosmic joke. I mean, really, we keep ourselves so entertained, don't we? I mean it. I mean it. Laugh a whole lot, my dears, because it's the best medicine. Anyway, I could go on, but we're going to just have our blessing now. We're going to enter into that celebration of fullness, because that's what we're doing in these moments. We're entering into the celebration of our fullness so that we can take from our fullness and give from our fullness, knowing that what we're giving goes forward to help fullness in so many other individuals and so many other good things. And what goes out comes right back to us. It's an awesome thing to know. So let's take our gift between our hands and let's say, divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love, and so it is. And so it is.
This world is a circle. The journey ends up where we began. On this road we may find happiness. One never knows what life has planned. As you walk through life's valleys, searching for a brighter day, you don't have to worry if you should ever lose your way. No matter where you go, God's light will always be there. Deep in your heart, you know God's light will always be there. God's love will protect you. Walk on through the rain, don't ever fear. Night and day will watch over you till the storm clouds disappear. Don't give up when trouble plagues you. Hold on to your dreams with all your heart. Listen when your heart speaks, then your world will be alright. No matter where you go, God's love will always be there. Deep in your heart, you know God's love will always be there. The moment that you feel alone and need a friend to care, God's love will always be there. No matter where you go, God's love will always be there. Deep in your heart, you'll know God's light will always be there. The moment that you feel alone and need a friend to care, God's love will always be there. God's love will always be there. God's light will always be there. It will be there, always be there. It will be there, always be there.
You know how much we love to have Sherry come visit us, always. Nobody does it better than our Sherry, honestly. I used to, from the first time I heard I told her I wouldn't mind listening to her singing from a telephone book. Yeah, she's got that something special. Yeah, thank you, and hope we'll see you soon again. So thank you all again for last Sunday. It was a splendid day. It was a beautiful day. Our ministers really were very, very grateful to be part of this beautiful community, and they were just overwhelmed by all of the goodwill and the love and so on that came their way. So thank you for that. And since Reverend Catherine is away in camp just now, next week we will be presenting them their community gift in Richelieu Hall after the service. So I hope you'll be there for that too. And thank everybody again who contributed to making it such a beautiful, beautiful. Give yourselves a round of applause. Let me tell you, our visiting guests were very impressed with this community and the warmth and the welcome and the love that was shared. They were just overwhelmed by it all, and so they say that you're just a wonderful example of what a Science of Mind community is all about, Science of Mind and Spirit. So thank you for that, and thank you for all your good deeds. Thank you for all your good thoughts. Thank you for every good thing that happens because of you. And so many good things happen because of you, and especially things that you know nothing about. And that's the lovely part of it. As they say, your sins are always going to be written on your forehead in the next life when you stand before the judgment seat, and I don't believe that for a minute. I think what's going to surprise you are not your sins. We all are aware of our sins. What will surprise you is all the good that you've been responsible for while you were here. So keep up the good work, because God knows this world needs it. And you and I have to be the calm where there is none, especially the peace where there is none, especially. We have to be that unifying factor where there is or seems to be no unity. That's what we're here, and that's our job, and I know we're doing it wherever we are. So remember too that next Saturday we have the celebration of Noble's life, and I know as many of us will be endeavoring to be there for the family as we can. Next Saturday, celebrating Noble's great, long, good life, and I will probably see you there. And so again, gratitude for everything, for everything, for everything, and please, please know that the first place you go for help is always within yourself. Always within yourself. And then having done that, you may be moved to get help from out there as well. But the first place you go to is the life that lives you and the power that is within you and the love that holds you. That's where we go first and foremostly. And that won't let us go into fear. That won't let us go into dread. That won't let us go anywhere except into that open receptivity to the good that we desire. Always be open and receptive to the good that you desire. But to create that openness, you must come to peace. You must come to calm. And the only way you do that is to trust the creative process within you. That's the way you do it. Put it to the test. It wants us to put it to the test. So let's do that. And let's be there for each other. Let's be there for each other, and let's be that buoyancy of spirit that holds us up when we're feeling we're sinking a little bit. We need that. We need that. And that's why we come into spiritual community, so that we can be here for each other, always. Isn't it a wonderful thing to go to bed at night thinking, I made a difference in someone's life today? So, dear hearts, we're going to have our prayer now, and we're going to offer this prayer up for a deeper open receptivity to the healing that wants to reveal itself in and through us all, so that we can indeed be better peace builders out there in our world. So, for all that need healing now, we're knowing there is that open receptivity. I know divine love enfolds me, divine light leads me, divine life lives in me, divine wisdom inspires me, divine compassion expresses through me, and divine power protects me. All that I am is Spirit's life and expression. It is good and very good, with deep joy and generosity filling me. I go forward now in sacred service, supporting a compassionate world that works for all. I move through my days with grace and ease, in peace and love, in health and wellness, in fullness and plenty, and in loving relationship with all. What I now know for myself, with blessing and in deep gratitude, I know for all life. There is only love, there is only love, there is only love, and it's you. So now we're going to stand for our peace sound.